either a franchise you love returning or a type of game that you haven't seen before?
That's tough because it's always a matter of like, what's your like remake that you want to see? And I've already had mine, Resident Evil 2. But like there was the ones that'd be like cool to see, but I can't see it being, unless it's just something I can't think of, or done in some sort of like way. There's ones that are like the nostalgic ones who are like, yeah, cool, let's see it. I'd be hyped to do that, but I can't in any capacity see it being done in an interesting way. Dino Crisis would be fun, but like
Oh man, I loved that
even
game as a kid.
even
Yeah.
if they like even if they did it as Resident Evil 2, my only worry is that like it's easier to handle zombies than it is to handle dinosaurs because you need a certain amount of like speed. So like the only way I could see them doing it is if you did dinosaurs, but you did it a like faster action, more dodging. So you'd have to run it like RE4 with enemies that could sprint. So like RE4 at like 150% speed. And have some sort of mechanic to do that. But like the question just is like, even if you made the game fun, it's hard to justify bringing it back based on like interest compared to other things. Because as the scope of Capcom properties, if you give them a list of what do people want to play, it's going to be Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, like one of their
Street
fighting
Fighter.
games, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. It's always going to be one of those. Those will always take the like top listing. Like Dino Crisis will probably be at a level probably just below like Ace Attorney.
Yeah. It's like very niche.
So
Yeah.
it's tough to justify that, especially because it costs money. And it sucks, but in this day and age, it's like you also have to justify like when you're gonna make a game, it's different when it's an indie dev and it's like a passion project and working on it in the background for 10 years and then you make your money. But if you're on a schedule and you are running a national $1 million, $1 billion business, you have to make sure that your investments pay off. You can't just throw something because it's fun. Parasite Eve would be a fun remaster, and I think you could probably do some really interesting stuff with it. The question is if the audience is there for it. And I think you could probably make it work. But again, first one remaster, not two, definitely not third birthday. That's just insulting and quite frankly gross. So definitely go for the first one. Go for like, rookie New York detective caught in like the biggest moment of her life as like real life monsters show up and she basically has magical powers granted by science. Because that's the idea behind the whole like concept behind mitochondria, at least done inside the game and not just the book that it's based on, is the fact that it's a albeit nonsense, but a explanation in game why someone or how someone could have magical powers. Can mitochondria do any of that? No, of course not. It's nonsense. I wish, but no. But there's a lot of hand waving that has to be done, but at least it's, if you hit someone with enough technobabble, they'll believe anything. And so that's like the idea of like, okay, well, there's a mutant strain of mitochondria, and that's what's giving Aya not only the ability to heal herself, but the ability to manipulate she can make bullets go faster because she can manipulate her personal magnetic field and make the bullets go faster. Whatever. Like if they can watch 25 different superhero movies, they can play a game where they hand wave that. Like so it's but it's fun because it's sort of like it's a fun story and you can have really good character moments that can be done better now than they could have been done with the technology at the time.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see that again. I never played Chrono Trigger back when that was coming out, and so I would love to see that get remade Final Fantasy VII style. It'll probably never happen just because of all the different licensing and rights issues with it. But if there was a magic time machine where we could wish anything into existence, I think that would be my pick for sure.